Hello and welcome to week 10 of Bits and Bobs, where we outline this week's best mods. And to start us off this week we've got the Claralux mod by My Good Eye. The mod adds hundreds of street posts, torches, lanterns and lights to the world of Skyrim, to enhance your experience when using mods that make nights darker. The mod can be used with the vanilla version of Skyrim however. As you can see, without the mod, the paths from town to town look almost pitch black, making it impossible to travel between towns at night. But with the new mod installed, you can easily make your way along the lit path. You'll also find that most forts and the outsides of towns will become well lit too. All of the options are available to be turned on or off in-game with the use of the console menu, making this mod easy to use and very effective.
And now we have a ReTexture for the Jester outfit. The ReTexture greatly increases and improves upon the amount of detail and colour. The mod also comes in two different forms, a direct replacer for the armour or a craftable and standalone variant. The standalone variant offers two types of armour, clothing and light, both of which can be crafted at a forge and improved at a workbench. The armour also comes with two types of headgear, one that's fit for vanilla hairs and the other that's fit for newly added hairstyles.
Next up is the Plush Backpack mod. The mod adds 10 new backpacks to Skyrim that come in two different designs and a variety of different colours. You can choose to have a backpack that adds 50 to your carry weight, or have it be purely aesthetic, adding no stats, which is a nice touch. To get the backpacks you'll have to either enter the ID into the console, or type in CLC QA smoke into the console, and be sent to a room where you'll find a chest with the items inside. We'd love to see a craftable version of the backpacks added in the future.
The dynamic loot mod aims to expand the existing loot with pre-enchanted armours. When you load up the game with the mod installed, you'll be shown a menu where you'll be able to choose one of three settings: Wonderland, RPG and Vanilla. Wonderland makes pre-enchanted armours common, RPG makes them more rare, and Vanilla turns them off completely. Once you choose a preset, you'll be able to find one of 800 plus pre-enchanted armours that enemies will now drop. The mod adds two types of enchanted armours, with uncommon armours holding 2 enchantments and rare armours holding 3. The creator has tried to keep enchantments as game friendly as possible, and the mod shouldn't conflict with any other mods.
Moving on to something a little different, the ENB Customizer by G. Dorian allows you to personally change and alter several factors in how Skyrim looks, all through a simple and well designed menu. The customizer works alongside with any existing ENB mods you have installed, so you won't have to uninstall those, and you can make some small changes to the existing ENB settings to get the perfect settings for you. As you can see, the extent that you can edit the settings is huge, with the first video here having all of the settings very low, almost to 0, and the second video here having all of the settings very high. Obviously you wouldn't want to play Skyrim like this, but it gives you an idea of what the mod can do. It's a great way to add those finishing touches to make Skyrim look exactly how you want it.
Grimoas, Scarves and Gugels mods adds 8 new pieces of clothing to the game. There are 5 new scarves and 3 new Gugels. For those of you that don't know, the Gugels are what's on screen now. They're a piece of clothing that fits over the shoulder. Both the scarves and the Gugels use mage robe textures that are already in the game, so any high resolution texture mods will also change the new items. You can craft the Gugels at a tanning rack for 1 piece of leather and 2 leather strips, and the scarves for 2 linen wraps. And because the scarves and the Gugels use new equip slots, they will be placed on top of any existing armour.
A lot of people have been looking for a good Scythe mod, and this might be it. The Scythe version 1.2 mod adds a scythe to the game that comes in 4 different versions. There's a 1 and 2 handed version that uses the 1 and 2 handed sword animations respectively, and a 1 and 2 handed version that uses the 1 and 2 handed axe animations respectively, so you can choose which looks and feels the best for you. The scythe swings very fast and is a very strong weapon, so it's not entirely lore friendly, but more of a god weapon. The design of the scythe is very well made, using HD textures and having a dark look to it that you'd expect with a demonic scythe.
Next up we have a mod that will give you the power of the gods. The mod adds the Epirus bow, a weapon of the gods that can be found near Felcreath, and you'll find it glowing at the bottom of a hill in between 2 rocks. The bow comes with the power of gods enchantment that drains the target's magicka, sends the enemy flying with new sound and visual effects, and creates a staggering effect near the player as an AoE, so needless to say, anything you hit with this bow is history. You can also rip the enchantment from the bow and place it on a new weapon, like a sword, and send your enemies flying that way.
And this next mod is another mod made by the same person who designed the plush backpacks we just took a look at. A Ronin is a traditional Japanese samurai that doesn't have a lord or master, and this mod adds an outfit that comes in 7 different colours and designs that Ronin would have worn. Along with a robe, the mod comes with a pair of shoes or sandals for you to wear to complete the outfit. As with the plush backpack mod, you'll need to use the command console to get these outfits too, entering QA smoke and looking in one of the chests to find all 7 of them. The robe is very well designed, and we like the huge amount of choice the mod adds.
And now we have one of the most creative Joker mods we've seen in a while. The mod adds a bending over animation and farting sound effect when you use a shout. To get the animation to work correctly, you'll either need to be holding a one-handed weapon, magic or a shield, and you'll also need to be standing still. The animation will also work for all shouts, so you can either slow down time, summon a dragon, burn your enemies, or send your body flying with a whirlwind sprint. It's definitely a fun mod to play around with, and if you're going to try it out you can remove the shout limit by using the console command TGM-1.
And finally we've got the Daedric Lord armour. The armour set is one of the more popular armor sets that have been made for Oblivion, and now it's passed over to Skyrim. The mod adds a cuirass, gauntlets, boots, 2 separate masks and 2 separate swords to the game. Everything is craftable and the stats are slightly higher than that of Daedric armour, but they have slightly higher crafting costs too, so it makes up for it there. Right now the armour can only be used with the vanilla body models, and if you try and wear them with the CBBE or UNP models it may look very strange. We're sure this armour is going to be as liked in Skyrim as it was in Oblivion.
And that's it for today's bits and bobs. If you haven't heard, a recent beta update for Skyrim adds mounted combat. You can click the annotation on screen to see our update video, and thanks for watching.